What we're trying to do with the Lake Michigan Bird Observatory is promote bird conservation. We recognize that these birds are imperiled and many of our common birds are becoming less common. So our mission and our vision is to keep the common birds common and to help the imperiled bird populations rebound and return to this area. We're in Port Washington today celebrating World Migratory Bird Day. We're hosting our native plant sale. We have a number of partners here with us who are involved in bird conservation, a number of crafts. We had a great raptor event demonstrating live raptors to engage the public with the beauty of our birds. Our two pillar projects are the MOTUS Wildlife Tracking System and the Neighborhood Habitat Improvement Project. Curiosity is really sort of the foundational, it's sort of the motivation for good science and good scientific questions, which is why we're engaged with the MOTUS Wildlife Tracking System, which helps us answer those scientific questions about how we can best conserve and support our birds.
MOTUS is derived from Latin meaning movement, and what the MOTUS system is it's basically radio technology that has radio tags that are attached to songbirds and a receiving system known as MOTUS towers that are placed to detect these birds as they cross the landscape. MOTUS helps with avian conservation. It helps document birds as they move across the landscape. It gives researchers ideas of how long it takes birds to come from the wintering grounds to breeding grounds and from breeding grounds to their overwintering grounds. It also documents stopover sites, which is important for stopover habitat. Where are these birds stopping over? What do they need as resources to refuel as they go through? So lots of different things can be pulled from MOTUS data. The neat thing about MOTUS is that it's an international collaborative research effort, meaning that every station that's up is essentially listening for the same birds that are to be flying through the landscape. We have about 23 stations up right now across Wisconsin, and every single one of those we have partnered with another organization to put those stations up. People should be excited about the MOTUS Wildlife Tracking System because it's a useful tool that helps guide researchers so that they can ensure that birds are around for a very long time.
Our other program is the Neighborhood Habitat Improvement Program. This is a way to engage individual homeowners, landowners, and communities with planting native plants and native trees. Our birds use all kinds of different habitats and have different needs from those habitats. We have birds that are aerial insectivores. They eat insects that emerge from our creeks, from our lakes, from our wetlands. We also have birds that depend on the insects that are drawn to our native plants. So these are really the foundation of our bird populations. That's where their food comes from. That's where they get their shelter. And that's why we focus on those. It's important to understand birds, and one of the reasons we conduct bird monitoring is to understand how well our birds are successfully reproducing and fledging their young. This tells us what they need in the vicinity of where their bird boxes, their bird nests are, and helps us make better decisions for conservation and to support their populations.
The Neighborhood Habitat Improvement Program is a pillar project of the observatory. We work with community members and partners to do better for birds. We want people to adopt the 7 simple actions and engage them in community science, help us plant native rain gardens. We do a lot of bird monitoring with them. We build programs that break down barriers for people to be able to adopt those actions. We're at Kolbach Park in Port Washington, and we are planting a native rain garden with volunteers. Our rain garden has exclusively native plants because they're the most beneficial to our local wildlife, most importantly our bird species, being a bird observatory. So many of our plants have evolved with our birds and insects, and they're host plants for insects that our bird species rely on. As birds are migrating along the coastline, they need critical stopover habitat, and that's for them to be able to rest and refuel. And it's even more important that those habitat sources are high quality, filled with native plants that are fruits and berries and seeds that'll help energize them for the next leg of their travel. Rain gardens are really important for improving water quality because they're gonna capture stormwater before it hits our streams or in some instances our sewers. The Lake Michigan Bird Observatory is a member of Ozaukee County Watershed Coalition. And some might question, why would a bird observatory care about water? But everything is really interconnected in nature, so one thing relies on the next. So we really value having high quality habitat for our local bird species and migrating species. If the community is interested in getting involved in the Neighborhood Habitat Improvement Program, they can volunteer with us. We have a lot of different options, from bird monitoring to water quality monitoring, planting rain gardens like we are today. You can find that all on our website at lmbo.org.
We all want to be better stewards of our environment, and we are here to help communities and individuals become better stewards either at their home or in their neighborhoods. So come to our website, lmbo.org, to learn more and let us know how we can help you.